Now today, global experts in artificial intelligence are gathering here in Paris to discuss both the threats posed and the potential of AI. Thousands of influential figures from the world of politics, business and culture are expected to attend. The focus today, though, is on the scientific community. And our tech editor, Peter O'Brien, is there at the summit. He today has spoken to the chief AI scientist at Meta, Yann LeCun.
Yann LeCun is very much one of the foremost AI voices in the world. He won the Turing Prize and he's Meta's chief AI scientist. So what I wanted to know was, because Meta and he in particular have been really pushing an open source approach to AI, that's AI whose weights or parameters or settings are open and available for anyone in the public to use. They've been pushing that very strongly at Meta, thanks to him, with DeepSeek, the Chinese app coming along, which is also an open source model, blowing the competition out the water in terms of efficiency. I wanted to ask him if he felt vindicated, especially given OpenAI's Sam Altman's comments about potentially having the wrong idea by going closed source. Take a listen.
Particularly for a company that calls itself OpenAI. They climbed up completely a few years ago, right? Because they think the best way to generate revenue is to charge for the service, and they think they can make money with this because they think they are ahead. But it turns out they're not, or at least not as much as they think they are, and probably not for very long, because ultimately, historically, open source platforms or the open source community makes faster progress than proprietary ones. There's a lesson to be learned from the history of the internet, the software platform of the internet, where in the late 90s, the software platform of the internet was mostly proprietary. It was companies like Sun Microsystems, Hewlett-Packard, Microsoft, providing hardware and software for internet servers and frameworks and blah, blah, blah. They all lost, right? Everything has been replaced by Linux. It's all completely open source nowadays. So there is a force of the market so that whenever something becomes a kind of a platform, it needs to be open source. And that's really in the DNA of Meta. Meta has always open sourced its platform software. And so AI, the Llama family of models, foundation models, is really the latest example of that.
Nothing to do with masculine energy or lack thereof?
No. Not at all.
That doesn't come into it?
Absolutely not. No, I mean, the best way to make progress is you have, a small team of talented people, you give them a long leash, the means to succeed, and you let them invent the thing that needs to be invented without necessarily having a lot of time pressure, to produce products. I mean, you need to do that as well, but you don't get breakthroughs by directing large teams. You get that by, doing research, letting people invent completely new things.
And just for the context on that last bit, of course, I was asking about masculine energy, because that's what his boss, Mark Zuckerberg, suggested was we needed more of in companies in order to pursue innovation. That's part of Meta's overall strategy to try and bring itself a little bit closer to the kind of thing that Donald Trump would like to see.
Peter O'Brien reporting for us there. And you are